It just got way easier to make money using AI because I discovered a powerful strategy that uses an AI agent that's called Manus. And it just made me a whole lot of money. So much, in fact, it's almost unbelievable. And if you are hunting for an AI tactic that can put cash in your pocket, you are in the right place. In the next few minutes, I will show you right here in this video how it works, how it got me paid, and then I will hand you 3 copy and paste methods that you can use today to strike gold this year. When you stick around to the very end of this video, I'll reveal a wild Manus trick that nobody is talking about. So, are you ready? Then let's dive in. Okay, so I've been using Manus to do some amazing things. We're going to walk you through. Again, we have 3 different strategies and a bonus money-making method at the end. First, let's cover really quick what Manus is and how it works. If you're not familiar with it, Manus is an AI agent, and an AI agent actually can do a lot more than just a typical chatbot. There's a lot of tools that are good at doing one thing, where Manus has a suite of different basically workers and it can draw on to do all kinds of things. And if we look here on the screen, you can see they have what's called tool calling. So this means that Manus, while you're chatting with it, you can just go to manus.ai is where you can get access to it. And while you're chatting with it, it has the ability to tap into a whole bunch of different tools. So whether it's coding and programming tools, image generation tools, video generation tools, and a whole lot more. And you can see the comparison here. Through a traditional chatbot, it's limited to what you get with tools. And then also a lot of those chatbots that you might be familiar with, they require a lot of supervision and back and forth and around to make work. But Manus works independently. You can give it a series of instructions and it can go to work and continue working by itself without you having to do anything. This is pretty interesting. It's almost like you have your very own assistant sitting there with you that can do a variety of different tasks, okay? So that's what Manus is and why it is so useful. So I recommend you check it out. It has a lot of different uses besides all the strategies I'm gonna show you here today. By the way, this playbook that you see on the screen right over there, you can download it. So if you wanna get access to this, in it, I'm gonna be sharing some prompts that you can use to implement the strategies that I'm teaching, along with some resources and all the information that you see on the screen there. You can download it. All you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe to get your copy. It's our gift for joining our newsletter. It's our Ingeniosity newsletter. And every Friday, you'll get a new playbook just like this one, totally free. Which, by the way, we're going to be diving into some very specific Manus strategies. But I want to know, let me know in the chat if you'd like a deep dive. Would you like me to go deep and cover all the aspects of what Manus can do and why it's such a powerful tool? If there's enough interest, I'm going to do a deep dive on Manus and we'll go into it a lot more. So let me know in the chat. Just chime in down below and let me know. All right, so we're going to count them down. We're starting with moneymaker number 3. Moneymaker number 3 is driving traffic to your site using Manus. And we'll count down from 3 to the number 1 most profitable use of Manus. So as you can see here, traffic is the lifeblood of your online business. Without visitors flowing to your website, you cannot survive. You will not make profit without visitors who buy stuff from you. And Manus is amazing at helping you with this because a core part of getting traffic is having quality content. And that could mean articles and other things like that. But what we are going to do is we're going to tap into Manus's abilities to have it do a ton of market research and help us learn about our target customers. So we need to really dig deep and understand their problems that they have related to our niche market, what goals they have, what are they trying to achieve, what do they want to get from our products and services, what are the benefits that they're seeking, and we want to really dig deep into the psychology of our potential buyers so that we can create content, which then results in traffic to our website. And so it's a pretty detailed prompt here. I'll just show it on the screen. But again, you can download this for free instead of having to pause the screen and try to transcribe it. Just go sign up and you'll be able to get access to it. But this is an example of the research prompt. So this is prompt A. There's 2 parts to this. So part A, you put this in, and all you need to do is fill in your niche market right there. And then the rest, you just copy, paste, submit. And then we're going to show you an example of this in a moment. You'll see an example of using this in Manus in just a minute. And then the second part is prompt B. After you've done this in the same exact window, you're going to paste this prompt, which is also, it's a bit lengthy. You'll copy and paste it. And all you do is just take it verbatim, just like this, copy the whole thing, and then paste it into Manus, again, switch out your niche that you see right there and hit submit. Okay. And then it's going to go to work helping you with a content plan and even writing your articles for you. Let's take a look at it. So this is our channel's very own producer, Nick, did this one. In this one, it used the same exact prompts, right? These are the same 2 prompts?
Yep.
Okay. So I can see it here. Here was prompt number 1.
Yeah.
And you submitted that.
Yeah. Prompt number 1 is basically getting Manus to deeply understand your niche market. And then prompt 2, based on that understanding, it's going to go out and create 10 what we call pillar blog posts that you're going to put on your website to address what that market wants.
So, and then here, look at this. This is the strategy report that it came up with. So it really dug deep into the market, uncovering problems, goals, benefits, and insights as to what to focus on for the content plan. It's super powerful. So here is prompt B that you pasted in here. And then I can see it went to work, did a whole bunch of research and work. So this is a finished conversation. So Manus went to work doing tons of research. It actually goes out on the web, does research, does a bunch of actual work. And then Nick, you just walk away from it, right? You let it do its thing and come back.
Yeah, it's basically set it and forget it. It's like having an employee working behind the scenes.
So how long would you say the whole process would take for you? You obviously copy and paste these in and walk away and go do something else, but how long until it's done?
About 10 minutes, give or take.
Looks like here is the summary of the blog posts that it made. So there are 10 blog posts, including details and description of each one. And here is an example of one of those right there. That is a really good post. And then any other details you want to share with how to make this A and B prompt strategy effective?
Sure. I designed the prompts to work. All you need to know is what your market is, what you want your website to be about. It could be about brand new moms. It could be about people applying to college. It's all you need to know about your market. You go in, plug the prompts in, Manus will come in, understand that market, and then basically produce your entire SEO strategy. So
even if you haven't even launched your business yet, but you know what niche you want to go in, you can still start this strategy. All right. And then, I know we were asking before about whether we should do a deep dive on Manus. You and I could team up and do that if there's enough people interested. So that would be kind of a fun thing to do. We could go in and show all the features and really a comprehensive training on how to use Manus. So anybody, if you're interested in having Nick and I do that, then just let us know. So this is the one that I used, Moneymaker number 2. So I used Manus to create some incredibly profitable sales pages. And so I've done this now twice. I've been using AI extensively to help me with my copy. So often I'll go in and I'll use AI as a brainstorming tool and a research tool. And I might have it make sections or segments of my copy that I write to sell things, right? Maybe it's a script for a video that I'm making, or it could be an actual a printed sales letter. But most of the time, I'm actually doing most of the work. Most of the ideas are coming from me and a lot of the writing, and I'm kind of copying and pasting and assembling it. So what I decided to do was test Manus to see what would happen if I had it create a sales page for me and I just used it exactly as Manus wrote it. No like copying and pasting, no rewriting, no writing myself, just purely let Manus do all the research. So I gave it some instructions on doing some research and I let it write all of my copy and I used it in a recent promotion and it rocked. Like it made a lot of money. So again, I don't want to set expectations that everyone will make this kind of money. So I got to say this, a legal and ethical standpoint, I'm not saying you're going to copy and paste and make $39,000, but that's what happened to me. So I copied, I pasted, I used those exact sales letters that Manus wrote with no editing from me, popped them into one of my sales processes, ran some traffic through it, and boom, $39,000. And the product was actually just training. So I had no hard costs in delivering product that we sold using the copy that Manus made. So if you're looking, like maybe you're a little bit worried about, writing sales material, whether it's a sales email or a sales letter like I did for a web page, well, Manus does it amazingly well as long as you follow the instructions that I'm about to show you on the screen in just a minute. So there's a set of prompts, and I'm actually going to show you, I'll give you a little sneak peek at one of the sales pages that Manus created. So we'll do that. It's ugly. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. It's not pretty, but it made me a ton of money. 60% of the people who saw the page that I'm going to show you bought it. 60%. So that's more than half of the people who saw the page that Manus created bought the product. This was an upsell. So it was after somebody bought an initial product, we showed them this page, and 6 out of 10 of the people who saw the page bought the product. And the product was a $797 product. So this was a high ticket, not a cheap product, an expensive one. So we'll get into it. I'll show you the prompts, and I will show you a sneak peek at the sales page. The important part about this is that you do want to guide Manus on what you're looking for. And so we've borrowed from the process that I used, that I'm going to show you in a minute, and created some simple copy paste prompts so that you can get similar results. And similar results in terms of conversion. I can't promise similar monetary results. Obviously, everyone's results and how much money you'll make will vary. But so here is the prompt right there. And what we put in here is we put in a little bit of information about the product we're selling right there, including what type of product it is, the promise. So what does it help your customers with? What problems does it help them solve? Price information, your guarantee, any other general information about your product, put it here. And it's worth spending a bit of time, really doing a good job describing to Manus what your product is and what you're selling. Now, keep in mind, this could also be an affiliate product that you don't own, but you want to promote and sell someone else's stuff to get a commission. Okay, so otherwise known as affiliate marketing. So this could be an affiliate product that you want to promote as well. Now, the other part that is very important is the ideal buyer. So what you want to do is you want to go in and tell Manus a little bit about who buys the product. As much information as you know. If you don't know a lot, then you give it what you can. But you can put in the information about the age range. Is it mostly male or female? What are their biggest pain points and desires? Just some general information about who is the perfect buyer of your product. And you just fill that in there, paste the rest, and then hit enter. So let's take a look at this prompt in action in an example conversation. So we'll open it up here. And this is going to just kind of play back the conversation. So you can see here, we submitted it here for a keto diet offer. And you can see the information about the product, information about the ideal buyer, and then you can see it doing its thing. And then there is the end. And we can see an example of what it created right here. In my example, let's take a look at that one. Mine is really ugly, okay? So you can see it actually previewed over here. So I intentionally made mine ugly. I told it I wanted it plain, I wanted it simple, I wanted to use a lot of old school strategies, like it is reminiscent of what the web used to look like in the earlier 2000s, right? But it works. That is the funny thing about this. For mine, I wanted it to look simple, and this strategy worked. I have never, ever had a 60% conversion rate on a $797 product like this. And Manus beat every record that I have ever set by using this ugly strategy. So even though it looks ugly, it makes me money. So you can see here an example of that. There's a different example of it right there. Again, ugly, very simple. That's what did it. And again, if you have ever felt like you're unsure how to write sales materials, now Manus has got that solved for you. You'll never have to worry about that again. I can do a deep dive on that. That's another topic. I like to just survey the channel and all the viewers to see what you're interested in. So if you actually would like a deeper dive into this copywriting strategy that I just showed you, I can go way into more depth. And we have a more advanced prompt. Like you see this prompt here is designed to make it simple and easy and quick for you. If you want me to dive into a more advanced training with advanced prompting techniques and really show the whole process, then let us know and we'll do a deep dive and go into that strategy with you. So just pop it into the comments down below and let us know. Which counts us down to moneymaker strategy number 1. And by the way, we have a bonus technique, and I'm going to reveal in just a minute, that is going to help you make a heck of a lot more money. So that bonus technique is coming up, but we're counting down. This is pretty amazing. So for this one, you're actually going to get Manus to do your sales prospecting for you. So if you have a business that you need to do prospecting and finding leads and sending them emails, cold email as it's called, or outbound marketing, where an example of that might be a marketing agency. There are all kinds of business-to-business companies and marketing agencies. And what Manus will do is it will go out and find your leads for you. It'll scour the web, finding you leads. Then it will research and uncover all of their contact information. And then it will even write a personalized email from you to each and every prospect. and it will do it based upon what it has learned, right? So if it learned, let's say it goes out and it finds a perfect prospect for you, it'll learn all about that company and then personalize every email for you to match them. It's like a perfect outbound marketing research and marketing engine, all with this quick, again, it's a two-step prompt. So prompt A that you're going to use is the finding clients one. And I also would like to bring the channel's producer, Nick, on real quick because he's been using this and I want to get him to talk about it a little bit.
Sure, yeah, hey.
Yeah, so this is impressive. So Manus really does go and find you leads and then customizes all the email.
Yeah, the way I set it up is I wanted it to find specific small businesses who had their contact info on their website. These aren't like private individuals. This is like looking for dentists or mechanics, CPAs.
Yeah, so like if I had a marketing
like
practice that I wanted to do marketing for dentists, I could fire this up and use it to generate leads.
Yeah, you could say, I run an agency that helps dentists do marketing. Please find 15 dentists in San Diego who I could help.
Yeah, then I can see here all the spots you put to fill that in. So when you see the brackets here in the prompt, you just fill those in with what matches you. So your target market, maybe a couple example companies, and then the benefits that you help your customers with, the region you want them in. That's cool. And then we're going to take a look at this. So I'm going to pull up and we'll see that prompt in action. But that's part one is the research. And part two, prompt B, is then composing and writing the emails. So let's pop it up and check it out here. So we can see Manus is scraping the web. It's scrolling and clicking and scrolling around the internet, looking for leads is basically what it's doing. It's playing back in high speed here, but we'll skip ahead to the final results. But you can see it. This is the process that it did looking for leads for Nick. So we'll skip to the results and here we go. So you've got lead number one, the LA Dental Clinic, got their email address. Here is the customized email specifically written for that business. And here is lead number two with their email address. And there is the customized email. And look at that. So what it did is it looked on their website and it sees that they had a $299 consult and then custom wrote an email about how to improve it. That's impressive. Anything in particular people should be aware of while using this prompt?
Yeah, it likes to do it in small batches. So you're not going to get, like 50 leads at a time. It likes to do it in batches of like 10 to 15. So that's probably a note I'd like to include.
Yeah, I see you got you 13 of them here in this round. Awesome. Well, what an amazing tool. I'm impressed. I did not know Manus could do this until you showed this to me. So very impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, then with that, we're going to move it on. Alert, we do have bonus content coming up in just a moment. But before we get to it, I do want to remind you to download the playbook. So if you want to be able to download that playbook for yourself with the links, so links to the demo conversations, your copy and paste prompts, all that stuff, just grab it right there. pushbutton.ai/subscribe is where you'll go and you can get this playbook for free. And also, if you've been getting some value from this presentation, by the way, I'd like to ask you to give us a thumbs up. So if you've gotten some value, thumbs up on the video down below, give us some love there. And also drop in all those comments. Remember, I want to know how we can best help you. So if there's some of those additional trainings, if you want me to do a Manus deep dive, or you have questions and need help, drop those comments on the video as well. And then don't forget to subscribe. So that red subscribe button you'll see down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get more of the content that we release here. So let's get into the bonus, and that is capturing leads with quizzes. So I'll bet you didn't know Manus could help you with that. So we teach inside our programs, one of the things that we teach is using some of the modern AI tools that can help you write code. There's a bunch of different tools that you can use that will create entire websites for you. They'll build applications, build websites, and a lot more. In fact, we even have one of them ourselves. So what I do is I teach my audience and I teach my customers how to use quizzes, and you can create these really powerful quizzes where AI will build them for you and launch them on the web where you can get people to take the quizzes and then they become a lead, and it's a fantastic way to get traffic and customers. So one of the big problems is what I've run into is that a lot of people don't know what to ask in the quiz. So let's say, you're trying to reach cosmetic dentists and you're trying to put out a quiz that cosmetic dentists could fill out, and maybe they're looking for marketing advice. Well, a lot of people get stuck. They don't know what to ask in the quiz. Well, here, Manus is going to do the deep research to uncover exactly what you should ask in your quizzes and you'll be able to take, copy and paste what Manus gives you and go build an entire website at the click of a button. And you could use tools. There's a lot of different tools like Lovable, there's Bolt, there's a bunch of others. And then we have our own pushbutton.ai tool that can do this too. The point is, this will give you the research that you need and all the questions that you need to put in your quiz with all the proper psychology to get people so they feel compelled to answer and give you all the information and become a lead for your business. And so we just have a copy and paste prompt that you see right there. And let's take a look at this one in action. So, all right, there it goes. That is the prompt submitted. And then it is going to do a bunch of research. As you can see, it's looking all over the web and doing research to help us uncover the psychology. And in this quiz, it's fitness for people over 50. That is the quiz that we're doing here. And so it's going to go and find all of the right questions that dig into the buyer psychology that are going to bring you leads and customers. So let's skip ahead. Here we go. So it gives you a report of over 50 fitness assessment quiz, as well as an introduction that you can use here. So what you would be able to do is copy and paste this into other AI tools that will build you complete websites. And you can see all the questions, the potential answers, a little bit of information about why it's asking the question. So you can come through here and pick and choose which of the 50 questions you want to put in your quiz. And again, putting up a quiz website is a phenomenal way to get traffic, leads, and sales coming in the door. This is a strategy I am personally using that's made me a lot of money, to use quizzes as a way to bring leads in that I can then pass on to my sales reps, and then they can sell them our products and services. Super powerful. All right, so I have another training video for you that I want to recommend, but before I do, a little reminder, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That red button is down below. It's asking you to click it and become a subscriber, because we put out content like this all the time. And we do a live show every Wednesday where I'll help you with your business live. That's where I'll bring my $100 million worth of background and knowledge and experience and help you build and grow your business. So tap that subscribe button. And again, if you got some value today, give us a thumbs up and give me a shout out in the comments. Say hello. And with that, I want to recommend the next video that you watch. It goes along very nicely with what you just learned, is how to use $2. It's a $2 a day AI strategy that will bring you a flood of visitors. So whether you're using the quizzes or you have an existing website or whatever tool you're using, this will bring you traffic. So if you want traffic and you can't have profit without traffic, click that link. It'll be popping up on the screen right about now. It's for the end cards. So somewhere around here, probably there, or maybe over there. I don't know. So somewhere around here, you'll see the card. Click it, go watch that video, and I'll see you over there. Bye for now.